Honeybees are one of nature's hardest workers, gathering pollen from over 2 million flowers to make a pound of honey. It's very hard work. They're very important little insects. In fact, they pollinate close to 130 agricultural crops in the United States alone, including staples like apples, peaches, cherries, berries, soybean, and almonds. These creatures are solely responsible for pollinating crops valued at over $15 billion a year. An estimated 1/3 of the United States agriculture yield depends on the effort of this bee. With their 2 sets of wings, they can fly as fast as 20 miles an hour. And the primary form of communication between honeybees is pheromones. Pheromone is a chemical that bees and other insects secrete to communicate to one another. Honeybees' main goal in life is to accumulate honey, produce offspring, and protect the hive and queen. All male honeybees are known as drones. The drone's one task in life is to mate with a queen, and then they die. All female bees inside the hive are known as worker bees. Worker bees' main task is to take care of the larvae and to maintain the hive's cleanliness. Forager bees leave the hive to collect nectar and pollinate flowers. These forager bees carry pollen in a compartment called the corpula, located on their rear legs. They also suck nectar out of flowers and then return to the hive and regurgitate the nectar into honeycomb cells. The honeycomb is then sealed off. The average forager can accumulate only 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey in their whole lifetime. The queen bee is the largest and most important bee in the hive. Her sole purpose is to lay eggs and is to mate and to lay eggs. An average bee hive can contain as many as 50,000 bees at any one time. In the winter, honeybees have taken an interesting way of combating the cold temperatures. They don't hibernate like most people would expect. Instead, honeybees cluster inside their hives and vibrate their wing muzzles and to create enough friction and heat to keep the queen bee from freezing to death. However, not all the honeybees are fortunate enough to live through the entire winter. They simply ensure that the queen bee survives so they can repopulate during the warmer months. Considering the fact that honeybees have been around for 30 million years, their system seems to be working. A relatively new phenomenon threatens the future of the honeybee. Known as colony collapse disorder, this occurrence is characterized by a mysterious disappearance of worker bees, sometimes leaving the queen accompanied by a handful of survivors. Abundant supplies of bee pollen and honey, the bee's main source of nourishment, along with evidence of recent brood rearing and active reproduction, coupled with scarcity of dead bees alone, allows for even greater bewilderment. Three theories garner the greatest consideration: pesticides, parasites, and a combination of existing man-made pressures. Pesticides are one of the most difficult to prove, as multiple toxins are often used in conjunction, and bees are transported between various locations during the pollination season. New age concoctions often contain filler chemicals such as nicotine. These can have unattended disastrous consequences on surrounding life, not limited to immune system failure and disorientation. In nature, bees encounter other organisms which can devastate its existence. Known as a barrier destructor, this mite is the #1 enemy of bee survival. Diseases such as deformed wing virus and acute bee paralysis virus, once transmitted, can severely weaken the immune system while causing intermediate paralysis on expeditions outside the hive. The last suggestion encompasses many practices associated with beekeeping in the United States. These involve the business make, these involved with a business make far greater profits renting bees for crop pollination than honey production. Demands have allowed for extensive geographical movement, while the use of antibiotics and miticides have expanded without definitive research. These bees no longer live in nature, but in a controlled setting created by man. We must realize that the root of such circumstances came to fruition through the exploitation of an ecological contributor, the honeybee, for profits of man.